Hey guys, what's going on? This is Andrew here today, and we are back with another pickups video. So, this one is pretty big because this is within like 5 days in a row of customers just coming in and giving me stuff. Like, stuff that we can't take in for trade, stuff they just literally hand me after stuff we don't take in. This has now happened 5 days in a row, whether it be coworkers, whether it be stuff that I bought at the store, or whether it be customers literally just handing me stuff. So there's a lot in this haul today. A lot of stuff that customers gave me that we didn't take were stuff that I was very surprised to get my hands on. And then there were a few things that I purchased, and I got a few NES games from Gamestop that were extremely, extremely cheap because Gamestop sells retro games now, or at least is starting to sell retro games. And yeah, this haul is pretty big this time around. Another thing to note, I got a new microphone. The Yeti X kind of died on me, unfortunately, and then I got this microphone, and then it turned out the Yeti was fine, but I kind of like the way that this one sounds in comparison. I feel like the Yeti is very bass heavy. This one's got a lot of highs and maybe not enough bass, but I kind of prefer it. Let me know what you guys think, because I am going to keep both microphones. I have another gaming setup in the other room where I have a lot of my retro consoles and stuff, where I'm going to be having a secondary setup for like when I'm streaming Guitar Hero or any other retro games. So let me know how you like the sound of this one, or if you like the Yeti X better. If you like the Yeti better, I'll use that mic for recording. If you guys like this one better, I'll use this one for my main recording. But for now, this is the Siren V2 Pro. It sounds really nice. I'm loving it. And yeah, let's get right into what we're doing. Alright, so starting off, we have a loose copy of Crysis 2 that was given to me by my coworker. Basically, what she did was she traded in a Xbox Series S to put towards an Xbox Series X, traded in a few games, and basically told me whatever games that we didn't take, that they would be mine. So thank you to that coworker. Not going to name her by name just for security reasons, but thank you so much to that coworker. You're the best. You know I love you. So she gave me Crysis 2, and I don't believe I own this one on the 360 yet. I believe I had the original Crysis. I don't even know if I have any of the Crysis games on the 360 now that I'm thinking about it. But regardless, she was nice enough to give me a copy of Crysis 2. I've always been into the Crysis games. It was an absolute wonder how they got this thing to run on the Xbox 360, considering that it was a game that was giving PCs a run for their money back in the day with the higher end PCs. So this is one of those magical games, I think, that was just an amazing port for the developers to work on. So always give these guys credit, Crytek credit, for getting this on the Xbox 360 and PS3, because this was a miraculously popular game that everybody knew was famous for barely being able to run on computers. Next up, I believe this was one that she gave me as well. Can't 100% remember, or it could have been one that I was just given. Honestly, don't remember. This one is Dragon Age Origins. I don't remember purchasing it. This is another game to add to the Xbox 360 collection that I didn't own already. Pretty sure I didn't own it because I usually don't buy loose games for the most part, unless it's like a game I actually want to play. But this is one to add. Don't know if I already own it. Regardless, it's going to the collection. Next up, I believe I did actually end up purchasing this one. I played this one back in the day, but wasn't really into it, and honestly don't remember anything about it, so I'm going to give it another shot again. But this one is Sonic and the Black Knight. I don't know what it was. Oh yeah, I did purchase this one. I see the trade hold sticker on it, so I definitely took this and then bought it right after it came off a trade hold. But I remember specifically looking up gameplay for this on YouTube, and for some reason, every single time I looked up Sonic and the Black Knight, a bunch of black dildos would come up on the screen, like in advertisements. It was like the funniest thing. So I tried it on like multiple different devices that were connected to multiple different VPNs, and it just kept coming up. I don't know what it is. Maybe YouTube noticed because it's not happening now, but this literally happened across every single device I was looking up on it. So I found that really funny. This game was really cheap from what I remember correctly. I don't think it was that expensive to buy at GameStop. Like I said before, retro stuff at GameStop tends to be very, very cheap, since the stuff they're mainly focusing on is just pre-owned newer games and all that stuff. But yeah, this is Sonic and the Black Knight. We're definitely going to have to give this one a second shot. This one right here is very collectible. All the NCAA games are these days. I had to pick it up as soon as I saw it. I don't know if I own this one already. I might already do, because I do own a lot of the NCAA games, but this one is NCAA Football 13 for the Xbox 360. These games in particular are, for some reason, just going up in value. This one, I believe, was $30 at GameStop, but I also had my pro member discount, and I had my discount for being an employee there, so I think I paid more like $20 or whatever it was. So this is one of those games that's going up in value. All the NCAA games are. Even if I already own it, I'm just going to keep buying them as I see them, because a lot of times I'm buying them for less than what they're worth, and I just want to have a whole collection of these things, considering they are seeming to go up in value, and they just keep going up and up and up. Next up, another one I bought at the store. This one is Star Wars The Clone Wars Lightsaber Duels. Now, this was one I played a lot as a kid when it first came out. In fact, it came with those little, like, glow-up lightsabers you were able to get that you stuck the Wii remote in, and that's how I played the game. Unfortunately, me and my brothers would use those to hit each other, or, you know, lightsaber duel with them, and they weren't meant to actually hit things. They were just meant to light up and be Wii remote holders, or Wiimote holders. I keep saying Wii remote. It's just a thing I've said my whole life, but they were meant to be Wiimote holders, and we used them in the improper way, so unfortunately those broke, but I wish we still had those things. Those were really cool. It was always fun playing in my basement with the lights off, with those lightsabers on, and playing the game. This is an amazing game from my childhood, and honestly, I never hear anybody talk about it, but amazing game from my childhood. I had to absolutely pick it up. So this one right here, this one is Fable. It's an Xbox 360 exclusive. This one is Fable 2. So I had the Fable 1 games on the original Xbox. I had Fable 3. I, for some reason, never ended up picking up Fable 2, but it was cheap enough at Gamestop where I was like, alright, let's just add that because that just completes my Fable collection. They are doing a Fable remake, so I am excited for that to come around so I can give the Fable franchise another whirl. I also own all the Fable games on PC through Steam, so I've already played the Fable games, but, you know, 360 collection, I want to complete one. This is one to add. I'm surprised I didn't have it before considering the amount of 360 games I have these days, but I'm probably going to replay the trilogy before the remake comes out just because Fable was always a cool franchise. I was always into it. I'd like to give it another shot. Next up, we have a game I already owned on Xbox 360, but this one is Spider-Man Friend or Foe for the Wii. I have a feeling the game is going to be a lot different on the Wii considering the graphical capabilities compared to the Xbox 360, but had this on the 360, figured I had to get it on the Wii because I also remember playing Spider-Man 3 on the Wii and really enjoying it, so I'm not sure if this has any special motion controls. Oh, it actually does have some exclusive motion controls, so I'm probably going to give this one a shot on the Wii, even though I'll have played it on the 360. I've always been into the games that actually do the motion controls well, because even though the Wii was a gimmick, if they did it right, the motion controls in the games are always fun. My rule is that if there is a Wii U game at my GameStop that I can get a discount on, I always purchase it because I am going for the full Wii U set. There really is not a lot of them. I think I'm already like in the 60s in my set, so there's not much more that I have to go for. Whenever I see something, I always have to pick it up. That is Marvel Avengers Battle for Earth. I'm probably not going to end up playing this game, but like I said, I'm going for the complete set on Wii U. Now, I know we just showed another Spider-Man game before, but this is one that, you know, is one that's starting to go up a little bit more in value considering that you don't have the Spider-Man games on Xbox anymore. This one is the Amazing Spider-Man. I know the Amazing Spider-Man 2 is worth a lot more, but I wanted the original one. This is based off of the Andrew Garfield movies, if I remember correctly, so this is the Amazing Spider-Man 1. I definitely need to get my hands on the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but nonetheless, this was definitely a cool one to add to that little collection. Next up, my coworker gave me this one. This was a sealed copy of Kinect Adventures, which I think is like my third sealed copy of this game. I keep getting the sealed copies of this game from customers, from just other stores, and I find this all over the place. Like, it's the weirdest thing. Oh, and Video Games Monthly sent me it like 2 different times. So, yeah, I have multiple sealed copies of this game now. It's actually kind of funny. It's probably worth nothing, but you never know what the future holds, especially since Kinect was a complete and total failure. But this one right here, also given by a customer, NBA 2K10 for the Xbox 360, worth absolutely nothing. This one was given by my coworker. It was MLB 2K5, so I always love the older baseball games. We got Tiger Woods PGA Tour 06. This one was also given by my coworker, one that I'm definitely going to be playing. Tony Hawk's Proving Ground, I don't even know exactly. I think it's Tony Hawk's Proving Ground. This one was one that I think I already owned on the original Xbox if they had it, but I got it for free. Like, it's not like I bought the game again. We've got NFL 2K3, which I think I already own. And then we got Fight Night Round 3. I missed the Fight Night games. Those were always really fun. Unfortunately, these other franchises seem to be taking over. Like, we're seeing Madden be the only football game, FIFA being the only soccer game, and you never see Pro Evolution Soccer. You never see NBA Live. There's always NBA 2K. There's NHL 2023, WWE 2K23. I know AEW came around. But there's... and UFC you don't see as much often, but like I miss when you had like a variety of these sports games, because it's not even that I'm really that into sports, but I feel like the variety with these other games, what they brought to the table was always a lot of fun. I say that every time I get a sports game in my collection, but it's just something I keep having reiterating. I hope one day we start to get back those older sports games, because I always have a blast playing them, despite not being crazy into sports. Alright, so over here we have a ton of different NES games that were at my store that were like $10 at most each, which is pretty nice for NES games, I must say. Plus, NES is one of my favorite consoles of all time. I love playing it. It was one of the first retro game well, it actually was the first retro game console I ever played back when the Wii was still the newest console, because my dad kept the NES and the Super Nintendo, so always loved the NES. This one was a game I didn't even know they released. I knew that they released the Duck Hunt and Mario Bros. I didn't realize that they released one with Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt and World Class Track Meet. So when I saw this one, I was like, huh, that's interesting. I want it. So I got it for $10 despite having two of the games on there. But, I mean, this is pretty cool. I didn't know that they had a little trio cartridge like this. I didn't know that this even existed. And then on top of that, we got Tetris 1 and Tetris 2. Both were like $10, man. It's actually cool that I got those for that cheap. We got a game that I'm absolutely in love with that one of my friends got me into a long, long time ago. Like, we're talking back in high school. This one was Galaga. And then we got Super Mario Bros. 3 because it was really cheap on there. And I just got it as inventory for my store since this was really cheap. Like, it was actually really cheap. And there's always a guy in my comment section that's very, very much critiquing my video. I already know what he's going to say, so I'm calling you out. I already know you're going to criticize me for this, but this was really cheap when I picked it up, plus my discount, plus the pro membership discount, so it was totally worth it for that. I also ended up getting Metroid, but one of my coworkers didn't have Metroid, so I just ended up giving it to him. I figured, nice thing to do. I already have a big enough collection. I purchased the game, but I figured, why not? You know, he's always been there for me, would do anything for me as well, so I figured I'd do the exact same thing in return. So he took Metroid, I took the rest of these games. Honestly, these games are going to be holding me over for a while, because NES games are just amazing. I play them all the time. So then I got some two games from a buy one get one deal that they were doing at GameStop for new games. I got this one for no reason whatsoever. This one ended up being the second free game because I already had the other buy one get one games for the Series X, anything that they were offering before. My Series X collection is getting big. I almost have a complete set already, and like this is the beginning of the generation. So I picked up the Elex 2 game because I don't know if I own this one already. Maybe I do, but whatever the case may be, if I have it, then I'll just return it. Actually, I might have it sealed, but if I don't have it sealed, I'll keep it. This one I ended up getting for free. I heard this game absolutely sucks, and to stay away from it. I remember they were advertising, like, they had all these ads playing at my GameStop for this game. I think they even had Messer Puppets by Metallica as the song that they were using for advertising it, and this game came out, absolutely got trashed. After the first week, I had never seen another person buy this thing, so heard it was absolute garbage, but I got it for free, so who gives a shit? We also got Ghostbusters for the Xbox 360. I believe I bought that the same day. And like I said before, it was really cheap. So I wanted it. I've heard it was an amazing game. Figured I'd pick it up. We then got a steelbook for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. So a customer traded in MW3 today. I'm allowed to take the steelbooks home because we sell the Modern Warfare 3 for the same price, whether it's complete, whether the disc is loose, whether it's got the manual, or whether it's this cool ass steelbook. So I brought my MW3 regular case in, and I took the steelbook home for myself because, man, this is awesome. I love steelbooks. Like they're all really cool. So I had to get that one. And then this one was left by a customer months ago, and I kept forgetting to ask my boss what it was for. I kept forgetting to ask my coworkers what it was for. It just kept slipping my mind every time I left the back room. I finally asked, I was like, hey, what is this? And they're like, hey, this is for you. So I'm like, oh, cool. So, yeah, Star Fox Adventures. I got it for free. Cool. I love the GameCube, and the fact that I got a free GameCube game is just incredible, considering it's got the disc in there. It's not just the case. Free GameCube games, like, sign me up, bro. Like, sign me up. You can throw a million of them at me, and I'll take them all. So, yeah, guys, that's my whole haul. It's actually a pretty damn big one, I must say. A lot of the stuff here was free. I did purchase a few things, but a majority of this list was given to me by customers for free, given by my coworker for free, you know. Always some cool stuff. This is why I like working GameStop. It's just, when people want to get rid of stuff, they'll just get rid of it. They'll give it right to you. It's very cool. Sometimes I do offer money if there's specific things that I do specifically want for my collection. I don't want to rip them off, but there's literally people who don't care about it. They know that they'd rather just give it to somebody to use it for themselves. So that's what they did, and now I have a giant haul of games that I didn't own before. So cool. I guess whatever advice I can give is if you want to start collecting games, I guess work GameStop, whatever it is. I guess it also depends on your area, but ever since I got moved to my new store, swear to God, I'm getting like a new haul of games every single day for free. It's the funniest thing ever. And I got recognized for the first time at my job, so that was really cool too. If you're watching this video, you're cool. You gave me a big confidence boost there, so thank you so much for that. But anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think about the mic. I'm hearing that sometimes it sounds good and sometimes it sounds eh. I think the Yeti might be a little bit better, but I do enjoy the sound of this not being so bass heavy compared to the Yeti, so I might stick with this one. But let me know what you guys think. That's really up to you guys what you want me to use for my main mic. I have multiple mics at this point, so just let me know.